I'm passionate about teaching nursing because what I've come to find out is that nursing is crucial. We can do so much with our position in helping people. I feel like we're needed, and I feel like I can make an impact on students, and in turn they can make an impact on their patients. Hi, I'm Kristina Wildenborg, an assistant professor of nursing here at Columbia Basin College. The biggest difference between teaching virtually and in person in nursing is that it's really challenging because a lot of our concepts are very complex. Honestly, the part that's really hard online is not being able to gauge what the students are understanding. When we're on a virtual situation, when we're on Zoom, we don't get to see their faces. And in the classroom, we get to see their faces. We can see that they're grasping concepts. If they're struggling with it, where do we need to expand on the topics? And it's very intimidating being on Zoom with 51 students and for them to be able to tell us when they don't understand something. And so that is a real barrier. So one of the challenges that we have in a virtual environment is teaching EKGs online. And some of the things that I've been doing is utilizing a lot of different resources that are out there. Previously, when I was teaching in person, I was doing a lot of reading from PowerPoints and talking about the concepts. This year, I really flipped the classroom in that we're doing panoptos ahead of time where they're listening to the content, and then in class we're doing case scenarios. And so case scenarios is basically when I give them a situation about a patient, I tell them a little bit about the patient, why they're in the hospital, what is going on with them, and then I ask them questions to engage in the class about what would you do in this situation? Would you give this medication? What kind of testing would you expect this patient has? And they interact, and it's great.
Scenario number 2.
One of the other things that I'm using to create an engaging environment is a program called Kahoot, and you can get that online. It's basically a gaming software. And what I do is I go and create fun interactive quizzes for the students. And so I just put questions about things that they should have learned in their panopto the night before, and I start every class time this way. They sign on with a code on their phones, and they're interactive. So the question will come up and they'll say A, B, C, D, which is the right answer. And they pick it, and then it will then come up with statistics, and I'll tell them if they got it right. And then I take that time after that question to explain why the right answer is what it is. And then it gives them the opportunity to ask questions. Students have really enjoyed this because it's not a stressful environment. It's very fun, it's interactive. It kind of gets the juices flowing when it comes to starting to talk about the concepts in class time. And it's just a real nice icebreaker in the morning.
You guys are doing great. I know this is a lot of material.
My virtual teaching methods, I feel like, are helping students succeed because they're able to still be engaged. And that is really the key with teaching virtually, I think, is that you keep your students engaged. And I like the fact that I've gotten such positive feedback from the students with how active it is during the time, and that they're actually able to utilize what they learn and apply it when they go to their clinicals later in the week. If we can't be engaging, they're gonna tune out, and that's not the type of nurse that I want to graduate our program.
Torsades, good job.
I think it's important to think outside of the box when you're teaching virtually, because a lot of the world is kind of going in that direction. There's a lot of online education. There's a lot of students learning their college experience is online, and we need to be flexible for our students. It's hard when you have a family at home and you have all these other responsibilities, and to still put the same amount of effort into your education, especially nursing, is really, really hard. And so I think if we can be engaging and we can find ways to help our students learn the things that they need to learn to be successful in the field, then we're all going to benefit in the long run.